Hey guys, welcome to my first YouTube channel, and I am hoping it will be the best one out of the series that I'm going to be doing with cooking and maybe a few other things, e.g. paintballing, probably building model aircraft. I don't know yet, it's still in the future. But when it comes to cooking, rule one, you've always got to have a knife. Make sure it is clean. This was all done today. And veggies. I'm doing a bubble and squeak with a twist. You can actually find this out on the internet, but I'm a cook by trade. And if anyone's looking to hire me. I'm bored. I am bored and I'm wanting things to do. Alright, bubble and squeak with a twist is you need to peel your potatoes first. Well, you don't need to peel them. They advise you to peel them, but I don't like peeling potatoes. You want to know why? People may think it's gross, but all the best bits, all the nutrients is behind the skin. It's always behind the skin. So when you cut a potato, you want to cut it down. Start off with downwards, depending on how thick you want it. Either way, it's going to get mashed. Then you want to cut it in halves again. See if I can do it for you like this. So in half again. More or less, half again. You can do 3, maybe 4 potatoes, but I'm going to do about 2 because it's only me tonight. Generally, bubble and squeak is all about leftovers after Christmas, all kinds of things. It actually originated in England, if I'm not mistaken. 2 potatoes, maybe 3, because I had chopped the small one up. Then what you want to do is grab a pot of water, just a pot of some sort, and just tip it into the pot. Into the pot, more or less. With it being in the pot, it just allows it to boil. You really want a mashed potato. Then what you want to do, if it will let me, I don't know what I did, but what you want to do is you want to put it on the stove. Put it on the stove to boil. Put it on the stove to boil like I've just done. On a high heat, wait until it boils, then we'll turn it down and we'll give it a stir. But meanwhile, whilst that is boiling, you grab your spring onion, and you can either chop it on an angle, like the Asians do. I always like chopping on an angle because it gives it a nicer touch. Either way, you're going to eat it, so you don't have to, you don't really want to. You don't even have to add onion. There should be, depending on the dish, you might add onion, you might not. But I like adding onion, even with it green. It's even nice. And as a cook, you always eat, you taste what you cook. You can tell if this is green or not. You might even add these. These are already weathered, which is not a bad thing because it's going to get eaten. Chop them on an angle, roughly. Put them with the green section. Now my phone won't shut up. Alright, you've got your greens. Now your twist. Generally bacon, with a bubble and squeak, bacon is no meat's involved in a bubble and squeak because it's a vegetarian dish. Hence the twist is with the bacon. Always, and I repeat, always separate your bacon after buying it from the shop. Because then whatever you don't need, you can just roll back up, throw it back in a bag, throw it in the freezer and you're keeping it cold. So with bacon, so many ways you can eat bacon. They say you can't eat bacon raw. That's a load of crap. You can eat bacon raw, and it's the best for you because it's already smoked, so it's cooked. With bacon, you can chop, you're meant to be chopping it either way you want. Just help cook it, give it that extra flavour. How are those potatoes? No. And trust me, we are going to have a lot of accidents in this kitchen, I can tell you that right now. But that's the whole point of cooking, is you learn from your mistakes. You keep that separate. I reckon some onion. Must not forget the onion. The onion's always the best part in a dish. As if I've got onion, which I do. I don't have onion. Well then, that's shitty. Well, so if we got no onion, you can experiment. These only just give flavour and a texture, but since we got no onion, we can just cut up a few more greens. Always use, don't waste food either. I hate people when they waste food. Hospitality is the worst for it. But here, the only things you're going to be wasting is the roots, which is these. They are the roots, and they're not really good eating. I've tried it, they're not good eating. I can do breakfast dishes, lunch dishes, dinner dishes is what we're doing tonight. This is my first dinner dish out of a series of food, I should say. Alright, when it comes to the pot, now we got to check the potatoes. With checking potatoes with skin, you don't have them like that. Always check them with the white bit, white potato in the middle. And if it doesn't come off, or it doesn't break off, you know they're not cooked. So it should come off automatically, providing if you haven't skewered it properly. That's broken, so they're done. They are more or less done. So what you do is you take them off and you drain the potatoes. You drain them however you want. Me, I generally use a lid, but I'm going to do it this way for a change and see how this goes. Grab a strainer, you put it in the sink. Then you grab your potatoes and then you throw it in here. So more or less, if there's any bits that fall out, like that, it'll still be protected, so all you do is just throw them back in there. Easy as that. Now, the fun part. Potato. What I like to do is grab some butter and a spoon. Just grab a big spoonful and throw it in there. Most people like to add milk. I don't know why. Maybe it just gives it that extra creaminess. But I'm not a milk guy when it comes to mash. Been doing mash for a while. So, providing if no one's taking me, there it is. With mashing potato, you can actually use a blender, or you could use one of these, a potato masher. But I'm just going to mash instead of blending. Blending maybe another day, depending on the mood I'm in. So basically, when you're done mashing, it should be nice and chunky. Either way, it's still going to get fried up. Throw your greens in there. Greens in there, and your mashed potato. You mash it however you want. Creamy, with a blender, or whatever. Then what you want to do is you want to throw your pot back on heat when it gets up, which it is. Keep stirring them, even though you don't need to anymore. Just throw them in there. Bubble and squeak, always. So once you've got your thing on heat. You just stir until you think it's all good. All you're doing is you're just warming up the potato again, and you're stirring it with the bacon and all that in it. Just stir it. Look at that, pot's clean already. No dishes tonight. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll just throw these in the dishwasher when it's all done. So yeah, you just fold it. You try and fold it if you can. Fold it, knead it, do whatever. Give it a kiss. Have some fun. Who knows? But we'll let that go for a couple of minutes. Add that chilli I was thinking about. Just add a little bit. Wow, that was a little bit. Oh well. That's done. I can go in the bin. Chilli. Love chilli. Don't add a lot of it though. That's the first time in a few months I've had chilli. Alright. So you think that's done? I think it's done. It's up to you how you want it. You can have it where it browns a little bit on the bottom. It's up to you. I've been in hospitality where they've just let it burn on the bottom slightly, like I will show you now, just for the sake of it. It's still good either way. Add a pinch of salt if you want. Help give it that little extra flavour with the bacon. You could grab a plate or a bowl. Me, I think I might go with a bowl because they're easy to clean when you're doing dishes instead of a plate where you don't have to get every little bit. And a spoon. Must not forget the spoon. Oh, and these. You just throw them in. There's celery, onion, bacon, peas. I think I peed on the floor. No, I didn't. So virtually all you're doing is creating a veggie dish that will feed 4 people for a fortnight. Well, me, in this case, 1 month. For a week. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that like that. Let that sit for a bit. Who knows, see what it's like. Bubble and Squeak. Bubble and Squeak is all about experimenting with leftovers. I've got some plain onion, but I used up all of mine last night. I shouldn't have, somehow. But anyway, Bubble and Squeak, here I come tonight. Who knows? Maybe I'll do chicken tonight tomorrow. Yeah. Like I said in the cooking, always taste as you go. Grab a spoon or a fork and see how it is. That's good. Alright. So I'll let that sit. I reckon that's done as it is. You just stir it around one more time and see how that is. Alright, I'm just going to pull it out. I'm hungry. I'm hungry now. Always thinking about my stomach. What my stomach wants, what it gets. Alright, so now all you got is dinner or breakfast or whatever. Generally Bubble and Squeak is a breakfast meal, but I've created it for a dinner tonight. Alright, eat well, stay safe.